Bzzz. Hi, and thanks for tuning in to see what the deal is with my Easy as Pie Temu haul. The reason I'm calling it Easy as Pie is because it's got kind of a pie theme. Let's start with this. It's a pie ring that you put around the edge of the crust so you don't burn it. It's got interlocking things on it so you can make it as small or as large as you need. And we will give that a try. I'm actually going to try to make a pie. I've never made one in my life, and we'll have to see how that goes. Okay, and then to go along with the pie, there's this. It's a crimper. You run it along the edge of the crust, and it's supposed to make it nice and fancy. So we'll see if this is even worth it. As I recall, my mom used to just use a fork. Okay, what else have we got? Okay, oddly, I've been looking forward to this. One of the things in the haul that I couldn't wait to get, it's actually a pickle fork that hangs on the side of the jar. So yeah, it looks like it'll stab some big old dills. And then it also came with this small one for a smaller jar, like olives or something. For some reason, I was very confused by the ad, so I ended up with two. I'm not complaining, but I thought when they said two, it meant the large and the small, but it meant two sets. So now I have two pickle forks. Okay, and back to the kitchen. This is as unreal and unneeded as it is. It's a cupcake corer. So you stick this into a cupcake and then hollow it out, and then you can stuff it with jam or whipped cream or whatever you want to fill your cupcake with. So we'll give that a try and see how it works. This might be kind of cool. It's a starlight projector for your car. So you plug it into a USB and then shine it on the ceiling and you have a beautiful starry night. This is a red version and there's also a blue version, but we'll see how it looks. Okay, these are pretty basic. They're kind of a neat idea though. These are Vango versions, but what they are is coasters for your drink cup holder in your car, just to give them some extra pizzazz. They had some really neat ones that were like 3D and it looked like you were putting your cup into a vortex. It was kind of cool. I might order those as well. Okay, this little annoyance is a 3D maze and you can see the little ball bearing. So as you try to get around the maze, there's holes in there, and if you take the wrong path, you drop down and I was doing this before I started shooting, and it's very frustrating. I don't know if I would actually ever use this again, and that's pretty much all there is to demo on it as well. Okay, and this is a coffee cup cover. I got the cow version, and they had a whole bunch of different animals, and it's just basically a silicone cover to put over your coffee cup to keep it warm. This, we won't let Cedar see. Oh, I think he sees it. It's one of his Christmas gifts this year. So it's a pig, it's got a squeaky. I won't squeak it because he'll go nuts. Okay, and speaking of Caesar Christmas gifts, this is one of the weirder ones. It's actually a Soother pacifier or whatever you call them. They claim it's made for dogs. I just don't know if Caesar's going to take to this. I can't see him enjoying. I just don't see a dog sucking on a pacifier, but it must be true. It can't be Photoshop. Okay, speaking of Van Gogh, I ordered this. I was kind of annoyed when I saw it in a tube, which I guess I should have expected, but in the ad they made it look like it was mounted on some kind of frame. And it would be if I did it, I guess, and maybe if I read the details it said that. But anyway, it's made of canvas, and feels like good quality for what it is. Okay, this is a Firestone. It will glow like fire if it's put under ultraviolet light. So we shall see how that works. I'm kind of annoyed with this one too, because in the ad it looked like I was getting a whole pile, and all I got was, I got a rock, as Charlie Brown would say. Back to the kitchen for this. It's a cedar that you stick into a pepper or maybe anything else that has seeds, and twist and pull it out, and it brings all the seeds with it. So we will test that and just see how well that works. If it works, it's worth its weight in gold, but if it doesn't, it's like, oh great, another item for the junk drawer. And these are little cards that you can stick on a bad driver's windshield. You parked like an idiot, and then on the back it has a whole bunch of reasons why. Yes, there's a fellow in my complex who tends to park like an idiot, so I thought, okay, well, those might come in handy for him. I don't know if I'll actually use them or not. Okay, and then last we have these dragonflies. I think you can bend the wings down. They just put them up for shipping. Yeah, so they sort of come down. And the reason I got, well, I think dragonflies are cool, but from what I've learned, dragonflies eat mosquitoes. So what I'm hoping these do is if I put them around the yard, they actually scare off the mosquitoes. Now I actually asked a friend who knew an insectologist to ask him if that's what it's called, insectologist, if mosquitoes are afraid of dragonflies, and he said no, they don't think that deeply. The reason I'm convinced they are afraid of dragonflies is one year we had this major infestation, and every time I'd walk the dog, I was just eaten alive. And because there were so many mosquitoes, the dragonfly population soared because they had lots to eat. You know, the same path and everything that I had been eaten alive on. We were followed by this fleet of dragonflies. They were like keeping pace with us. It was kind of cool to just look over and see these dragonflies flying with us, and there was not a mosquito in sight, and I did not get a single bite. So I was convinced right then and there that dragonflies do scare off mosquitoes. But yeah, I'll have to wait till the summer to test that theory. So why don't we go try some of these products and see how they work. Bzzz. Okay, so I'm going to attempt to make a pie. Riveting television. This may still be a little too cold. It said to do it at room temperature, but it feels very firm. Okay, I'm just going to assume I know what I'm doing here. Trim the bottom of the crust along the pan edge. I'm assuming that's what they mean here. Okay, so I believe now I just put the filling in. As you can see, I'm having raspberry pie because it's one that's so hard to find in a grocery store bakery. And I love raspberries. And it's very difficult to find raspberry pie filling. I don't know about what it's like for you guys in the States, but for some reason where I live, it's rare that you actually see it. And I got this from a discounter store called Red Apple. I was surprised to find it, and then at a place like that. But yeah, I have rarely seen it in supermarkets, regular supermarkets. And this is actually a brand out of the States called Mother's Maid. And it's from Bernadette Foods Incorporated in Elk Rapids, Michigan. I believe that's Michigan. So now, okay, place second crust over filling. I'm actually not sure if I have enough filling in here. The can said it was for an 8-inch pie. And this is a 9-inch pie tin, and the crust is for a 9-inch pie. So hopefully that doesn't screw things up too bad. Yes, I love pie, but this is all about the testing of the product. So then it says to wrap the excess under. If I'm doing something wrong, just scream at the TV or your computer or your phone and let me know. No, don't do that. Because honestly, I have never done this before. And I can see how the filling is not going to really go to the top. I'm not sure how tight you're supposed to make it. Okay, now we've got our handy crimper, or whatever you call it. So let's see if this works. Is this what it's supposed to do? Was I supposed to trim this as well? Maybe. Oh boy. I think I screwed it up already. It's not perfect. Definitely not perfect, but it is what it is. And I don't know if you can really see it that well. Did create a design. And it does look kind of nice, but I think if I were a little more experienced at this, I wouldn't have had this disaster part. So we'll never look at that side. Okay, now I think I need an egg wash, don't I? Is this double yolk? Looks like it to me. I don't know how I always end up getting egg everywhere. I can only find this huge whisk, and I can only find this huge brush. Okay, I guess I want to go again, or with the grain of the crust, the pattern, whatever you say, so as not to damage it any further than I already have. And this side doesn't matter too much because I already wrecked it. Am I doing this right? This is too much egg. Now it says to cut slits in the top of the crust as directed by your recipe. Cut slit in the top crust and fit over filling. Oh, I was supposed to cut the slit first. I don't know why I'm trying to get fancy here. Do what it says. I think these are just to vent, right? Will they open on their own, or do you have to help them? Okay, and now the other Temu product besides this thing is the Silicone Pie Ring that I guess you just put on like this. Holy, it's none too big. Like I can't even lock it, but I guess I don't really need to. It's just sitting on top. Okay, into the oven it goes. Okay, so I just read on this that you're supposed to cover the edges with foil after the first 15 to 20 minutes of baking, so I don't think I was supposed to put that on right now, so I'll take it out and let it do that for 15 minutes. Glad I read that. Thanks, Doughboy. I was wondering how it was going to brown on the edges with that ring on it, so yeah, it makes more sense that you'd have to cook it for a little while first. Yeah, I think the issue is if it's uncovered for the entire length, that's what burns the crust or the seam or whatever it is. I really know what I'm doing. No, I don't. Looks like it's starting to go brown and is in need of some intervention. So we will put the ring on it. Put a ring on its finger. Okay, so we had a bit of an incident. The ring came apart as it was cooking. I only discovered it a couple minutes ago, but I left it like that because I thought, well, this will give us a good indicator of how well it worked when it was protecting the rest of the crust. So let's find out. Okay, so this ring is like molten lava. It is extremely hot. I didn't mean to take it off before I brought the pie, but it fell off as I was lifting it, and it was just getting in the way. But holy, is it ever hot. And I don't know if it's gonna bend out of shape now. I can't tell where it was unprotected now. I think it was around here. Maybe it was there, but yeah, it looks like we do not have burnt crust. Very well done though. Considering, I'm wondering if it really did what it was supposed to do, because this is really dark. I don't know if this edge is darker than it should be. It does seem really dark. So I guess the jury's out whether that worked or not. Tinfoil may have worked just as well. And yeah, I don't think I did a great job at slitting the pie, but it is nice and golden brown. And this ring is finally cooling down. But yeah, I think I should have probably locked it shut and then just set it on top. Okay, I'm going to enjoy some pie in about an hour once this thing cools down a bit. So yeah, on a scale from 1 to 10, I would give it 7. And then also the crimper, I'm not sure. I could have done it wrong, but it's kind of weird how it separated each piece of crust. So yeah, you can take it off easily that way. Wow. That had some pie filling in it, which is also molten lava. So yeah, the Ring of Fire and molten lava pie. So I don't know if I rated the crimper, but I would give it about a 6. Okay, let's carry on. Let's try these Pickle Forks. So let's see how well these fit on here. We'll try the large first. Okay, it fits snugly. And then I guess this goes in here. Maybe I should have put this on first. Okay, this is kind of tricky to get on. Or maybe I'll put it on before I put it on the jar. Okay, so I got it on that way. Not crazy at how far it sticks out. Okay, that seems simple enough. Let's pretend we're going for a pickle. Oh yeah, that worked really well. Stabbed 3 at one time. And then I guess you just rinse it off and then put it back where you found it. Okay, let's try it on a small jar. Okay, so I got the small ring, pre-attach it. Okay, this part is kind of annoying. It really doesn't like attaching to the small version. Guess if you get rough with it. Okay, so we got that on. Let's see. Okay, let's try to stab some olives. Okay, I got some. Okay, I have to say I like the fork. Tends to stab things quite well. Nummy num. The lid still fits on perfectly. Let's try the fork with a real pickle. Oh, excellent. Okay, I like this pickle fork more than I do using a regular fork. It really seems to jab into whatever you're trying to get. And okay, I'm sold. Give the pickle fork a 9 out of 10. The only reason I'm giving it a 9 is I don't like the way it sticks over. See, it doesn't on this one. On this one, it'll stick out in the fridge, taking up extra room. Probably would with this square jar as well. So the only downside of this is the fork is too big now to fit on the shelf that the olives used to go. So now I gotta move the olives up to the top shelf. Okay, so I don't have any cupcakes, but I have these ube cakes. So we can try the Cupcake Corer on something like this. Oh, it's got an arrow telling you to go this way. I don't want to go too deep and go right through the bottom. Okay, so now what? Cut a hole in it, but how do you get the hole out without going all the way through and making it into a donut? Oh, okay, it did. It took it out. Just twist it around a bit. Oops. Okay, so now we could stuff it with some jam. That's enough. And then stick it back in, and nobody's the wiser. They're going to get a little surprise. Let me try it. Good. Okay, it worked. I give this little device a thumbs up, and I would give it 9. Okay, let's try this star device thing. It's kind of dark in here, so hopefully it works. Okay, oh wow. Okay, so I have put it in. Oh my god, that is way cool. Okay, sure you can see that. This is even in daylight. That is pretty neat. Excuse me. It quit working already. What the hell? Oh my god, it quit working within seconds. It is no longer working. It worked for all of 2 seconds. Oh my god, am I doing something wrong? Let me play around with it. Okay, my bad. The alternator has to be on for it to work. And now for some reason I got a different pattern. I don't know if you can change the pattern. Oh, you can, just by turning it. Oh, even better. Oh my god, I love this thing. Okay, yeah, that is really cool. Okay, I'm giving this at least a 9. Okay, let's try the Vango drink cup holder coasters. Oh, they're different. Oh, they're not all the same. That is cool. Okay, I'm liking those. Oh, okay, no, there's only 2 styles. Yeah, only 2 styles, but still better than just one style. Kind of cool. I'll give those a 8 out of 10. Okay, let's see how Caesar likes his little piggy. You like it? You want it? I think I have to throw it for him. Not sure what to make. Oh, he likes it. Yeah, he likes it. He likes it because he's killing it. Okay, that was a hit. Okay, this one is too weird. I'm not sure if he's gonna like it. Cedar, Cedar, come get it. Come. Yeah, he's not even interested. Yeah, I didn't think he would be. That's kind of odd that a dog would actually use a soother. It doesn't squeak or anything, so he's totally not into it. Oh, come, come. You want it? Really? Take it. Yeah, he's not sure what to do with it. No, I'm not trying to hurt you. Yeah, I don't think he likes it. Okay, it may seem a little dark in here, and that's because we are going to try the Firestone with an ultraviolet light. Wow, wow, it does work. Don't know if you can see it as well as I do, but yeah, it's kind of weird though. It's like a fluorescent orange. The ad made it look like flame red. This looks more like, looks very artificial actually, but I'm sure it's real. I think it is. But okay, yeah, so I would give this, I would give it a 6. And then based on the fact that it seemed like I was getting a whole lot more and I didn't, I would downgrade it now to a 5. Based on the color and the quantity, yeah, 5 max. Okay, let's try this cedar. I think I need to take the blue, yep, peel this off first. Okay, so somehow this is going to pull out all the seeds. Wow, for the most part it worked. Let's open this and see how many seeds are left in it. Oh, actually quite a few. This pepper may not be big enough for it. And then I guess you could use this to just scrape out the rest of the seeds. Okay, so I would give this about a 5. It sort of works. And who knows, it may come in handy for something else. Okay, so that's the deal with the Temu haul, easy as pie. Turned out it wasn't so easy with the pie, but we made it. We didn't burn the house down, so I guess that's all that matters. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. It really helps me out. And if you can, leave a comment. Let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Tell me which products you liked or which you disliked, what you thought was stupid, what you thought was brilliant. Let me know. I want to hear from you guys. Okay, until next time, that's it. That's the deal. Bye.